Hi, guys, and welcome back to Source Wisdom Podcast. So, as you know, we're intuitives, and our higher self told us when we looked into it with our higher self to switch the podcast a bit up. So, what will be happening from now on is that each month will focus on one theme that we will go deeply into you. We will go deeply into. It is to really serve you in the best way we can, to really make it click for you and give you the biggest transformation, give you the knowledge and just every single thing for you to have the biggest transformation in your life. So this month, the theme is money. Because there are so many misconceptions around the world, the spiritual world, the healing world, the whole world about money. And not because people are stupid or anything like that, it's because there is a system in place that survives on you not knowing yourself, on you not thriving in your business, in your career, in your job with money, in your whole life with money, because money makes your life so much easier. And it doesn't matter if you're already a six-figure business owner or whatever, there's always a new level to reach, to actually reach your soul's potential. So, the less you understand your power, like your body, your intuition, it really doesn't matter, or especially your true potential, because that what it boils down to into this life. The easier it is to control you and to keep you small. And that is exactly why many of the biggest truths we are taught are in reality carefully placed illusions. So, there are so many. There is literally hardly any topic that creates as many misunderstandings, misconceptions, fears, and distortions as money. But it also fascinates so many people because it should be in your life. And I want to say right from the get-go, the harder the lessons were with money for you, as you perceive it, it doesn't matter if someone else had it harder. If you perceive the lesson to be hard, then that means the more money you will make in this lifetime. Your soul set you up to make millions and billions. So, it is also a topic that carries so much conditioning that has kept entire generations locked in scarcity, guilt, and just limitation. And barely any topic reaches so deeply into a person's identity without them even noticing. Because if you're in a relationship, you kind of notice it if it's due to your self-image. But in money, what does money have to do with your self-image? How you perceive yourself, how you perceive others to see you? It's because money is one of the most powerful tools in this world, and it boils down to literally, do you see yourself as someone who is making the money you want, or are you not seeing it? And it's not one of the most powerful tools in the world because of its material value, but because Source assigned it to. It's also the stories that we have been assigning to money. So, stories that have been passed down for centuries. And most likely also stories that have not been questioned by a lot of people. If you're here, I know you've been questioning it because for you it doesn't make sense if money is this huge limitation that just never works out for you, because you're someone who is so crucial for the world, to change the world, and is really hard working, really wants to set to set them free, to really be free in your life, in your job, in your career, in your business. So these stories limit people long before life kind of ever does, really. So they're deeply programmed into the brain. Now, these stories are not true. Right from the get-go, these stories are not true. It's just a conditioning, just a way your brain has been trained. And the beliefs about money were not created for you, so in your favor. They were placed on you. They were placed to keep systems small because they don't want to have a lot of good-hearted people that are millionaires, billionaires, that are changing the world with their unique value, with what their soul came here to do. So your soul purpose, your soul pull, soul path, what we refer to. So because when a person recognizes truth also about themselves and about money, they become free. And freedom is always a threat to a system built on restriction. So let's look into some of the beliefs, some of the limiting beliefs that we have around, a lot of people have around money. Money is evil. And I see that so much. I just recently made a post on TikTok about how the healing world is very much infiltrated, because then you can keep people small, because when you want to heal, to really thrive in your life, and you go into something and almost 91% are infiltrated, well, what other way is easier than to keep people small than this? So, and I had someone who started the whole comment section, I don't know, and they were like, well, you should never charge for spirituality, like making someone's life better. And that was a huge red flag. And because you shouldn't be in it for money, you shouldn't, like, money is evil and all the shebang. Now, that couldn't be further from the truth. Money is an amplifier. Money just amplifies who you are at your core. And there is not one single person in the history, not even Jesus himself, who didn't have the backing of money to be able to change the world. It's a byproduct. They are entwined and you cannot separate them at this moment. It has nothing to do if you're spiritual or not. You don't have to just live in the light and love revolution, I don't know how you want to call it. But you don't have to, how do you say it? You don't have to sacrifice the material world. Because first of all, you're an energetic being in a physical world. You always need both the energetics and the physical world. So there couldn't be any further from the truth of that. Money simply amplifies what is already inside of a person. Money does not create anything in you. It does not make you evil. Not at all. Money is not evil. It's an amplifier of how amazing you are and how you're here to change the world. Full point. That's it. So, a person who believes money is bad will never have the courage to become financially free. Because they think money is bad, because they only see people that are evil. And I'm not going to sit here and not say the dog Elliot has a lot of money and they're doing evil shit, like, we can't say it otherwise. But they are the very system we are overthrowing. So we need good hearted people in their sole purpose to make a lot of money. Now, let's move on to another misconception. That money is kind of a source of pressure, of stress, all of these things. It is so deeply rooted in society because people experience it daily without realizing it. You're taught to work like 14 hours a day to compete with everyone else. That it creates stress. Like, you can't have money if you don't put in 14 hours a day of work 7 days a week for your whole life. Couldn't be further from the truth, because you need to be balanced in all 8 areas of your life. A person who only works 25 hours a week will be more successful than a person who works 100 hours, because they balance out all areas of life. Of course, if the person who only works 25 hours and just sits on the couch and does nothing, you could also program that actually in. Even if you just sit on the couch and do nothing for your whole life, you would be successful. Maybe, I don't know, there's like a job for that and you can become a millionaire for it. I don't know, could be. But like, you know what I mean. You need to balance out all of 8 areas of life. So also your passion and hobbies, your friends, your family, all of that. Money literally does not create pressure. Actually, just the person's relationship to money is the thing that creates pressure or stress. So the way the person views money. Uncertainty about money, that is fucking stressful. Scarcity thinking is stressful and puts pressure on you if you don't have a regulated nervous system, if you don't know how to regulate your emotions and all of that, don't know how to program in money. And just dependency, financial dependency is stressful. So it's literally not money that is making you stressful, it's the way you view it, the way you see it. So it's just a state of mind. So, because you were taught that your worth depends on money, but it's the opposite. Your worth will how you're always worthy, but the way you see it, the way you see yourself, that will be a byproduct of that, will be you making a shitload of money. So let's end it with that and move on to another misconception that it kind of also ties into that, but that you need to work really, really hard for money. It's one of the biggest control mechanisms they have, because it keeps a person in a hamster wheel. It keeps you exhausted, small, and just prevents you from even being able to think creatively, to let out your soul, like your soul's attributes, to really see that and taking new paths, to access your genius and go on to your soul path. You can then not rely on your intuition, because your intuition is hacking the system, and you can just ask your higher self, look into your creative field, where are your gaps to make more money, and all of that. And all of that is not possible if you're just stressed 24/7 and you don't have any time. Hard work has never been the source of wealth. It's how you see yourself, the energy you carry, and then also the physical work, because we always need both. But that doesn't have to be stressful. Even if I have a full day, I have the tools to switch me seeing the stress as something stressful. You know, I see stress as unlocking my genius, because it helps me make more money, because I do things way faster, more effective, learn more tools, and all of that. Literally, if it would boil down to how hard you work, the richest people on earth would be like construction workers, caregivers, cleaners, factory workers, all of them. But the richest people are like CEOs and stuff like that. So, like, you see it, it's the thinking, it's the identity. The most successful people see themselves as someone who is successful, who have the wealth to back it up. It's the identity, their energy, what is really programmed in your creative field. So that is really what it boils down to. Now, another misconception we have, that is money is like a scarce thing. There's not enough in the world. We don't have enough space for people. We don't have enough money. There's whole countries that have no money. It all boils down to the energetics. There's no scarcity, ever. Opportunities are not scarce, like ideas are not scarce. There's no competition in the world because you were made uniquely, literally uniquely, the way you should be. Your soul made you this way for you to be successful. Someone in front of you could literally do the same thing, but you both would be successful because you have your own unique attributes that help you make money. So nothing is ever scarce. It's just a mindset. This world literally does not have a resource problem, no matter how many fucking times they want to tell you that. We have enough space. We could even have, I don't know how many more people. We don't have a distribution or consciousness identity problem, like all of that. We have enough resources for everything. Source made it perfectly. It's not scarce. So, and if you believe money is scarce, you will always save instead of invest. Invest in yourself, invest in other things to really keep the money flowing. And you'll avoid risks and everything instead of really igniting your own power because you feel losing something. So, another thing is that money is like unfairly distributed and you just cannot change it, and I don't know. The thing is, this belief strips people of their power. It suggests that life is unfair and just something that happens to you, instead of seeing it as a lesson, as your biggest lessons to actually master money. That is just something that is done to you. Instead of you seeing your power, you can change it. All of the situation you have, even if you're making already 6 figures or more, and you just want more to reach a new level, it's just data. It just comes from a system, and you just need a new programming, a new wiring in your brain, in your creative field. It's just a system. That's all to it. Wealth always follows the energetics of it, not luck. There's no such thing as luck or like fate as they say it. You create, you have full control over your whole world. Now, another thing that really is such a big thing is you're not good enough for wealth. That is one of the deepest beliefs of all, like the root of every financial block, like, or one of the roots, like, it's such a huge thing. It's just the way you see yourself. It all boils down to that. You were born with a wealth potential. Your soul literally chose a number in this lifetime to make, and it's now just a game of looking into how you can reach it. It literally was built into your blueprint, like in your soul contracts and everything. It is a birthright. But you need to take radical responsibility to make it happen. So, as I said, there's also many more beliefs, but these are really the most powerful ones. Like, we need to change and we need to see the difference in it. People who own their power, who are really in it, they cannot be manipulated. They don't buy into the agenda that money making is hard, that you have to be scarce, that you can't earn anything in your soul pool, like if you have God-given gifts or like all of that stuff. A person who trusts themselves above everyone else is completely free, and they're living in abundance. So a person who actually activates the financial potential is a beacon who inspires others. And conscious people, they destabilize systems built on fear. This is why they want to keep the population in lack. They want to keep people poor. They don't want you to have millions and just reach more people to change their lives. So as long as people feel guilty, they will avoid making money. Like when they're afraid, they sabotage themselves. And when you believe you need to work hard for money, you stay in a hamster wheel and just keep repeating the same patterns. And just keep staying small if you believe you're not good enough and all of these things, and just money is evil. But it's actually one of the highest frequencies. Like, it's such a beautiful frequency if you really tune into it. And it amplifies your mission, it amplifies your words, it amplifies healings and like your whole life, your identity. Because finally, when your self-image is raised, when you see yourself for who you truly are, who your soul made you to be, that just unlocks a whole new level of life. Like, that's the hugest breakthrough you can have, because there's so much good things you can do with money, and you know that you will change the world in your own unique way. So it just comes down to really master money and who you see yourself, who you remember, like literally remember who you are and ignite that soul fire within you and liberate your nervous system, your like creative field from all of these limiting beliefs of all the identity. Like literally my self-image was in the dumpster fire trash can, I don't know, literally take it and throw it in the trash can, set it on fire. It was so bad. Imagine that. Literally, that was when I went from my 9-to-5 job into my soul pool, literally took it, placed it in a fucking trash can, light it on fire. It was so bad. And I had to work on that to be able to change your guys' lives, to be able to fulfill my soul's purpose here. So I really, really want you to empower yourself. So as you know, we have a lot of ways of doing that. We have Money Mastery, the course to literally teach you the ingredients of money, to see yourself as someone who's making a lot of money. Or if you really want that individual amazing support, we have one-on-one sessions where we can look directly into your energy, into what is missing, what beliefs do you have, like what is hindering you from making the money you want, or even your health, like it doesn't matter. But as we are on the topic of money, it literally becomes something that is just always were meant to be for you, and literally an amplifier of your true greatness. So As I said, if you want to master money, we have Money Mastery for exactly that. It's linked as usual, or a one-on-one session to really go individual in your creative field and give you the biggest transformation. So I look forward to seeing you in the next podcast, also about money, and just the next amazing topic we have. So see you then.